I am Rosie.
And I'm Christina.
And welcome to the 31st Valid Vibes podcast.
Where the vibes are valid because they are real and authentic.
It was weird saying 31st.
I know, right? That is a weird number. Two odd numbers.
Yeah. You want to start off with valids and invalids?
Sure. So my invalid is that I haven't been able to go to the gym. And it's really upsetting me. Like, I was talking to my mom about it yesterday. Like, my schedule's just been crazy. And then yesterday I had nothing to do. I totally could have went, but I was so tired. Like, I went to bed at 8 or 8:30 and woke up at 9 o'clock this morning. I fully slept over 12 hours. Like, I was just so exhausted. And I literally said to my mom, like, I can't wait to graduate just so I could go back to my gym schedule. Like,
I'm telling you, like, I go to the gym every morning. Like, now I go 2-3 times a week. If I do not go, as soon as I roll out of bed, I am not going.
I know. It's so hard.
I have my gym clothes you saw when you were at my house. I picked them out. And I wake up, throw them on, and I leave. If I give myself a second to think about me going to the gym, I'm not going. I'll procrastinate. The moment I sit on the couch, I cannot get my way up. Like, no. So
pretty invalid, really, but I'll be back soon. I was going to go tomorrow, but now I have a facial appointment tomorrow. So it's just like...
It's hard to go, to make time. And especially that you get home so late and you have to eat dinner. And then by the time you're done with the day, you have no motivation to go.
It's such an awkward time. But hopefully once I graduate, get a job, I'll have an easy schedule, you know, and to be able to fit in that. Because I won't have it every single day. So... We shall see, but that's my invalid. I'm going to pop open my Diet Coke, so before you speak.
Oh, you're doing invalid. All right, I'll do invalid. I have to do my... Oh, that was good.
Was Chris.
I have to do my valid before my invalid. So my valid is that I went to Atlantic City this weekend.
Yes. Oh, my God, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, for Armando's birthday, I surprised him with Sebastian Maniscalco tickets, and we stayed... Well, it was in the Borgata. We stayed in Golden Nugget, which was next to Borgata, because he sold out of Borgata. He sold out of the shows. But we went, and he reached my expectations. Like,
he's so funny.
He was, like, amazing. Just as everyone sees him online, the little highlights, it's that, but for an hour and a half. It was amazing, and we really enjoyed. Went to a steakhouse. It was nice. And then you want to do a valid and then we'll switch, or should I just do my invalid?
Just do your invalid, yeah.
And so my invalid is like, I haven't like, drank alcohol or like, no. I just had one espresso martini that was terrible. Chart House, do a better job at the Golden Nugget, like do a better job. But anyway, I wasn't saying that. I was saying like, I haven't worn heels in so long. Like, I haven't gone out, like, a night drinking in heels, whatever, and my feet were killing me. I wore the same little heels I wore, like, my birthday dinner. Like, we all had them on, like, the little Steve Madden. So it wasn't, like, anything crazy, but because I haven't worn heels in so long, my feet were killing me, right? So we call an Uber to go back to Golden Nugget from the Borgata. I couldn't walk. I said, baby, go get the Uber, run. I'll meet you there. I'm walking, right? And all of a sudden, like, I was, like, very close to the Uber, and my heel got caught on my pants. I was falling for, like, 15 seconds straight. Like, I was just, like, I was like this, 15 seconds just looking at him. And he was just so, like, he obviously is the type, like, he got mad at me. He's like, you really have to wear heels? Like, I don't get why girls have to wear heels.
That's literally a bit that Sebastian does. You have to go back. Yeah, on Netflix, he has one about how his wife wears heels and she was like limping to the car, took the shoes off in the car.
Why is that not the like? I never seen that one. They wait
until like last second to put them back on. Like, yeah, it's all. I'll send it to you.
But I was falling for 15 seconds, and my boyfriend, like, he's usually the type to help me, but he was so like, he was like, why do you wear heels if your feet are killing you? And he's going to the Uber driver. He's like, wear heels. The girls, they like to wear heels, and I'm still falling. Like, I was like, I'm completely sober. I promise to the guy. It was just like mortifying. So that's why it's my valid. But like, we were just in silly, goofy moods. Like, he's like, you looked like you were breakdancing. You should have recorded me. But I was like, so I didn't touch the floor. I just did not want to touch the floor, so I was just like falling.
Oh my God.
But yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, my valid is I finally joined therapy, which we've been talking about since I've been talking about it for years, but we've been talking about it on here since day one that we probably both should do it. So hopefully by next year, maybe Rosie will join me in that. We'll see. But yeah, it's very beneficial. I love it. It's kind of just like what we do here, but with someone that I don't know,
and actually studied like the
sure,
brain.
Like someone who actually kind of knows what they're talking about. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I think it's definitely going to help a lot with me and certain things. So we'll see.
I feel like everyone needs it, honestly. But I gotta wait on my time. I feel like I got myself through a lot with obviously like all that. I just wish I had it at a certain time in my life. Does that make sense?
Yes, I agree. Like, because I obviously got myself through a lot of hard times, but you don't realize how much more there is to unpack until you do it. Like, even just from day one, like, she made me dig deep, like, what's going on? And I'm like, no, I really have nothing else. And then, like, there was so much more that you could say. It's just, like, getting it all off your chest, even though, like, you could tell me, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to keep repeating myself to my friends. I know I'm not over it. You know what I'm saying? And, like, people know you, so they're going to tell you certain things. Like, she doesn't know me at all. Like, she's seeing it from a completely different perspective.
That's true. She doesn't know the people you're talking about.
Exactly. Helping me see a different perspective of it. And you don't realize how much, like, even, like, as your friend, things that happened to you in your past are still affecting your present moment. Without you even realizing
that
it.
100%.
Yes, you could say you got through it, but you're still like reflecting
with relationships I make,
like insecurity and stuff like that. Friendships, like you'll see one thing and be like, "Oh, red flag, done." Like, but then there might be more to it. So I don't know. I suggest it.
No, I know. Yeah. Well, today's episode.
I was showing my drink of the episode. We should do that. Drink of the episode. Oh. I'm drinking a Diet Coke.
I'm drinking a blue Gatorade. If it's not blue, I don't want it.
Anyways, so we have a fun episode planned. So we asked our friends Chris, Mike, and Nick to ask us some questions that boys are too afraid to ask girls, since we asked them some questions that girls are too afraid to ask guys. So this should be fun, and I'm excited. So let's go.
Yeah, if you guys didn't watch that episode, definitely go over there and listen, because it gives, like, me and Christina were watching it and we're like, oh, damn, like, that makes sense. You know, it's things like that you don't know, like, as a girl.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know their mindset. So definitely tune into that episode, because that was a good one.
100%. All right, so let's start off with what's our biggest turn on and turn off in a guy.
Oh, of course, that one. All right, so turn on, I like when, obviously I have to be into them before they do this, but like if they're take control, like if they let me be a woman and they're like the man, like he makes the plans, and he takes care of what he has to take care of, and then I play my part in that.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think like showing motivation, showing that they're hardworking, you know, not like a bum on the couch or like anything like that, I think is a turn on. Hardworking, family oriented, like you said, like a family man, like and willing to take charge and knowing what they're doing, paying bills, you know, stuff 100%. Like that. Turn off, I'd say, I don't know. There's a lot.
Oh my god. I'm getting flashbacks, turn offs.
Yeah, I would say probably, well, obviously like BO.
Like if they smell, but
like not hygienic.
Yeah.
You know, like bad
lack
hygiene. Yeah. Disrespectful, obviously, then I won't be with you. You're disrespectful.
Yeah. What else did I want to say? If they're insecure and like on top of you every 5 seconds and you can't even breathe, that's a major turn off for me in someone.
Definitely.
You need balance and space in a relationship.
Yeah, like too insecure. Like it's okay to like, you know, get a little jealous or whatever, like show that
it's normal, obviously. If you care about the person, you could be jealous, but like
being like, where are you? Who are you with? Like absolutely not.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like when a guy shows initiative? So like if they show you that they like you first or whatever. If that makes sense.
Well, yeah.
I would say yeah too. Again, depending if you are attracted to the person or not, you know?
Yeah.
Like
but I feel like we're all old enough to speak up. Like if you're not feeling that person, just tell them. Don't let it play on, because that's when mixed signals come in. And I genuinely do feel like it's crazy how we live in a world where everyone wants the same thing, but it's really hard to get it.
That's so true. Explain that.
So basically, like, the girls want a good guy, right? To take initiative, be there, you know, be that guy for them. And then a guy wants a partner that, you know,
will be there for
him and whatever. We all want the same thing. Whatever you think of a good what a good relationship is, everyone wants that, but for some reason it's so hard to get that because everyone's too busy in their own head.
Definitely. I agree. Let's see. What's your idea of a perfect first date, and is there a place that you would say no to? For me, I think like a good first date, obviously going out to a restaurant, taking a walk in the park, going to the beach or whatever, like cliche things, or like doing something fun, like an activity. Like
I was gonna say
pasta
that
making, mozzarella making.
I was like, I'm just thinking, when like you get that text, they're outside and you're like, oh my god, like I'm gonna shit myself, like whatever, and you're scared. Like you have to break the ice on the first date.
Yeah.
So now that I think about it, like me and Armando's first date was like in an old fashioned arcade, and it was more like, fun
activity,
playing games, and even bowling, for example, is a good one, an arcade, and then maybe get some quick food after. But just to sit down at a restaurant, I don't know.
I mean, it's like an ideal thing, though. Like that's fine. Like obviously, if someone asked me to go to dinner, I'd go to dinner. Yeah. But I feel like a fun activity, like I don't know why I'm like thinking pasta making, like mozzarella making, like or wine tasting.
I feel like movies isn't a good one.
No, movies, no.
I feel like that was always a first date, like movies. Growing up, I'm saying,
because you can't speak to them. How are you going to?
But that's why the guys love it.
Yeah, I know. But the boys, no. Okay, you're too afraid to ask a girl on a date. Do not ask them to the movies. Period. Because
at this age, like that's something like, oh, remember the atrium? Everyone go on.
Yeah, another fun one is like a sports game. Like obviously, I love the Rangers.
Oh, that's fun.
That's fun. Even I like sports games.
You have to do something
not a baseball game for me.
You have to do something fun and upbeat, like to break the ice, because obviously everyone's nerves are up. Like you gotta do something. I want to sit and do dinner. Well, my first date, I know everyone's like, oh, maybe I'll take you out for dinner, and I know like that sets the bar high, but it's nerve wracking.
It is nerve wracking, but I wouldn't say no to it. Like an automatic no would be like the movies or like cars. Like if you just want to hang out in the car, martini. That's not a date.
An espresso martini or two, then fine.
True, exactly.
Then we could talk. I'm not nervous no more.
A questions guys can be scared to ask is simply to go out on a date. I'd say just do it, especially if you guys are like into each other. If you know that she's into you after talking for a while, girls want you to ask them out. Like it makes them feel good. You know what I mean?
It's honestly it's not attractive if you guys are going back and forth and
you're
like
not doing it.
And like a girl, we're obviously for our own mental health and sake, we want a guy that, how do I explain it? Like, we have it takes initiative because we have high standards. As obviously we're getting older, we don't want to settle. We want the best. 100%. And we're
not asking you on the first date.
Like if a girl, I'm sorry, like no girl is going to take you out on the first date. No girl's going to ask you to go on a date. I mean, unless like they're really feeding you, but as a guy, you should be unattracted to that. And no girl's going to pick up the bill. Mm-hmm. Like, do you know, like on the first date, like that's not a thing. So, yeah.
Like we get it. The boys talked about like the pressures or whatever. We know that there's a lot of pressure on you, like to ask the girl on the first date to pay the bills. But like, I mean, to pay like the I was gonna say receipt again. Today we were out to lunch and I said receipt. Can we have the receipt?
Can we have the receipt? Like just in case we wanted to return the chicken fajitas.
Yeah, but anyway, so I don't think you should be scared to ask her on the date. Obviously, if the vibe is there, she's most likely gonna say yes. And what's the worst that could happen? She says no. Or you go and it's not the vibe, then you move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, trust the vibes. Like, honestly, if she seems into you, like, genuinely into you, like, you're not in your own head and love blinded, like, if she's responding back to you, if she's making time for you, if she's calling you,
I think a lot of guys go back and forth where they're like scared to either put themselves out there because they don't think the girl will feel the same, or they're on the opposite end where they put themselves out there even though like too much when they know the girl doesn't feel the same. There's no like in between.
But and I'm sorry, but like as a guy,
like us girls are different.
As a guy, you should have that mindset like, okay, if she wants to go on a date with me, great. If not, all right. So now I know how she feels about me. Like, I'm not wasting my time. I'm not wasting my time anymore with this person because she flat out told me she's not ready to date yet. Okay, so I could whatever, move on.
Yeah, move on. You have to find out either way.
Because everyone's like, oh, we're just vibing, we're talking. Like, okay.
Yeah, where's
everyone wants to say again? Everyone wants the same thing, and then everyone complains,
and everyone wastes their time.
Exactly. So everyone just stop.
So don't be scared. Number one.
If you're not feeling a person, stop wasting their time. Okay. And if you're a guy and this girl is like not answering you or like doesn't seem to make time for you. People make time for what they want.
Go find someone that will.
Yeah, like stop wasting your time with that person. So
that goes for both ways. That goes for girls too. If guys aren't answering you or they're not willing to take you out, then move on, because there will be someone who is willing to take you out on a date. What kind of behavior makes a guy seem creepy or unattractive?
Okay. Creepy
is like a lot. Creepy, I feel like stalker vibes. Like if they know, like let's say you post out to eat or whatever, like we were at Sophia's, if I posted it and then like, you know, they wind up showing up, like obviously that's like crazy stuff.
That happened to me in Florida.
Yeah,
remember?
Exactly. Like that's like, okay, relax. Or like if you're like out to a bar, like that's probably more realistic. If you're out to a bar and then they like are just there, you know what I'm saying? Like because they know that you're there or they know you're going to be there. Like that's weird. That's
creepy too is like what else?
You won't hear.
No, creepy is like when they're like messaging you nonstop, like fiending. I just think that's creepy to me.
If you're not responding.
Yeah, and like they're talking to themselves. Like you let them have fun. Like you let the DM go, and then like you check in every here and there, and they're talking. I thought you said
every year and there. I was like, what?
There. No, and they're talking to themselves. Like that's wild to me. Like that's not. That's like weird.
100%. Let's see. Do women prefer dad bods, full-on jacked muscles, jacked but not too jacked, or skinny?
If I'm being completely honest, like, this is what's crazy, too. I don't look at guys' bodies.
Not at all.
I do not have a body type for a man. Like, and which is so effed up because, like, for girls, it's all about the body type. Yeah. But I don't pay attention to bodies.
No, me either. I mean, obviously, everyone has their own preference. Like, for me, I don't know. I've never really been with like a consistent body type.
I've always been with tall, skinny, but it's like, weird.
I never thought like little, like maybe like a 6-pack and whatever, like not dad bod. But I feel like we're not at that age really for someone to have a dad bod yet. Yeah, so we really don't have like a type or whatever, or it really doesn't matter, and it also depends on the girl. So we're just two girls sitting here, but I don't know how every other girl thinks in that aspect. So
really do not.
Don't change your body though for a girl. Like don't think like, oh, I need to have big muscle. Okay, wait, I'll tell you what body I don't like. Bodybuilders.
Can I be honest?
No,
they don't really look like that.
I know, but when they're like sunk in.
No, I'm telling you, like, because whatever.
Well, I know they like have to like tan them.
They don't look like that, I swear. And then the day of, like, they tan, they suck their body in.
I know that like creeps me out.
It doesn't always look like that.
I don't think personally I could date a bodybuilder. Like
they're annoying.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying for like the way the body is. Yeah, just like icky. Like I don't know.
No, because then you also feel conscious about what you put into your body. And stuff, and like you're being judged.
Yeah, true. But yeah, don't change your body for anybody though. Does size really matter? Next question. Wait. Do girls really like personality over looks?
Yes.
100%.
That's the first thing. I like 100%. You have to bounce off each other's energy. You have to vibe, then like but you have to have that personality.
You have to,
like, I swear, like, you could be a very good-looking guy, but if you have a personality like paper, honestly, you're not confident enough to speak up and have that. No. Like, I'd rather have, like, a medium ugly guy that, like, could crack a joke here and there, 100%. Bounce off my energies, playful. And, like, the boys, I know a lot of guys that do this will say, like, that's such bullshit that we like personality over looks, and it's really not. Like, at least for us, but I know a lot of girls, like, they're not looking for the hottest guy. Because the guy said this in the podcast, like, every girl's looking for the hottest guy at the bar. Like, it's so not true. No, like, maybe for some girls, but if you have that personality, you're funny, you're outgoing, you're nice, and you're a 6, you're a 9 to me. Yeah, but you also have to be like normal. Like I'm picturing a guy at the bar coming up and like dancing. Like, oh my god, like those guys get the hell away from me. But like the ones that are like, you know, funny jokes. Like the other night, like with you and Emily, like, oh, you guys from Staten Island, like that. You know, like I don't know, just like don't they know how to talk.
You know, not too much. Like,
I don't like too much.
Yeah, not too much. But
this honestly, is what the guy said in the episode. If you're too much, then
I know that we have to do an episode all of us.
But like a normal amount of vibing. Like don't try too hard. Like just be a normal person. That's it. And if we're vibing, and that's it.
Yeah, you can't like come off as that like creepy, what's the word? Possessive, type of vibe, because then obviously we're not gonna pursue it. But then you can't say, oh, every girl's the same. No, not every girl's the same.
Not
just
every girl's the same.
Yeah.
We all
come from personally,
different...
I like personality.
Yeah,
I'd rather be treated nicely, be laughing, than be treated like shit by Zac Efron. You know what I mean? Like someone who's so hot, it doesn't matter because you're getting treated like shit.
It's always about personality. Like if they 100%. Can't make me laugh, I can't be with you.
Yeah, why would you be with them?
That person has to become your best friend.
100%.
You can't become best friends with a piece of paper.
That should go for guys. I feel like guys try to find the hottest girl.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like they're like, oh, that's such BS that you choose personality over looks. But guys, us girls again are really about personality, and guys, well, I mean, the girls have the makeup. We get to do our hair. We get to wear those outfits. Like guys are just. They look like what they look like. They can't do anything. I feel like, and guys, you could come back at us if you're watching this, comment or whatever. You could come back and banter with us. But I feel like a guy going out to a bar is looking for the hottest girl. That's who they're going to go up to. For girls, we're not looking for the hottest guy. We're waiting for someone to come up to us maybe. And then if they're like creepy, we automatically like, no. Or even if, you know what I'm saying? Like it's personality-wise. They could be so creepy and like, and be, they could be so like creepy and quiet or whatever and be like the hottest guy, and it's like no. And then they could be a 5 maybe, and like medium ugly,
and be like you said, oh, are you from San, like something funny also, I don't know, something to crack the ice.
You could also change them up, like maybe they just need a haircut, like just you could change them up. True. if you really the physical
personality you can't really change about someone.
You could always glow up, and if the personality and the heart is there, he's freaking
never
yours.
Judge how somebody looks, because with weight you could lose it, you could gain it. Anything with looks, like our hair is constantly changing and our face shape is changing always. Like you can't judge someone. That goes for guys too, on how a girl looks, because the next day they could look like a freaking badass and then you missed out. So anyways,
here we good.
Do women like when the man is in control? I feel like we kind of answered that by saying yes, again, to an extent. You're not telling me what to wear. You're not telling me where to go. Controlling is different, I feel.
Controlling is very different, but initiative is like, you don't have to leave me wondering, me stressed out, like,
Yeah, tell us how you feel. Communication is key in every relationship. It doesn't matter, friendship, family, everything.
Like I'm not even like whatever, like obviously like me and Armando, for example, will find a place to go to, we'll make the plan, we'll go. He's like, I'll pick you up.
You're like dating now, like, it's
true, like in the beginning stages of dating, but he's still like
it should never end.
Every single week he took me out, and that's when I knew he was serious, because he was leaving to go to Italy, so I really had to feel like okay, I could wait for you, and he made me feel that way, and but
you have to.
the guy, like he made the moves 100%. He put
you could
the
even
effort
use
in.
you. I was gonna say you could use you and Armando as like if you want to, as an example. There was one point where he wasn't putting the effort in, and you guys stopped talking. Like you were like, no, absolutely not. And then he came in. You kind of like I would we're walking on eggshells around him, I feel, and then he put full effort in, and you were like, okay, swing. Like the guy, you both need to put effort in, but girls most of the time do put the effort in. Like what else can
we could do so much. So exactly. I would reach out to him, he'd reach out to me, and then stop answering me. Whatever, back and forth. It wasn't to the point where like he put the effort in that I was like, okay, like we need the green light to go.
100%.
Us girls, we can't. I don't know. I don't think it's attractive if you're waiting on a girl to give you a green light. Does that make sense?
Or opposite, like we're just waiting because then it's just not gonna work out.
And then
So if you really, what we're saying is, if you really feel something for a girl, just freaking do it. Don't worry about it, and then see how they feel. If they're not reacting the way you want them to, then it's not going to work out.
Only good will come out of it. Either you find out, okay, she's not ready to date. Okay, I know now that I don't have to waste any more time with this person. Or if she's ready to date and she's very happy, then good. Like there's nothing bad that comes out of asking 100%. A girl on a date.
Like I said, I feel like, and the guy said this, guys are afraid of rejection just as much as girls are, but they're not most of them are not willing to put themselves out there to be rejected. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel a certain way about a girl, you want to take her out on a date, just freaking do it. The worst that could happen is she says no, or she doesn't feel the same. And what is that? Like you said, that's a positive, because now you know, okay, let me move on. I can find someone else.
But girls like guys that are like, are for sure. Like, that are like, okay, like, you are my type. You come from a good family. I love what you do. We vibe so well. Let's, whatever, we'll go out to eat. Something like, girls love when a guy is like 100% all about you, obsessed. Obviously, you want your partner to be like obsessed with you, you know,
but in a non-creepy way.
But not, like, I understand, but not too much. Like,
I know,
don't
like,
be too
and
much, though.
The guys talked about this. They're like, it's either we're too pushy or we're like too ghosty or whatever. And it's like, yeah,
they're like we have to like you. Like, everyone
exactly.
That's
the whole point.
Every girl wants their crush to be like, I love
crush.
you. I'm all about you. You know,
exactly. Like, if we're into you, like, obviously we want you to be like all about us too. But if we're not into you, and I'm sure you feel the same, if you're not interested in a girl and she's all about you, you're like, ew, back off, you know. Exactly. Like, you're being too pushy. It goes both ways.
But again, like, you feel when something's there,
you the vibes.
You feel the vibe with the person.
Exactly.
And that's it. Vibe.
You
that's
know, when
thing.
you know.
The only thing I could give you advice for is just the vibe. If the vibe is not there, let it go. You're just forcing it.
You got to trust your instinct. You know when there's a vibe between someone. Like, you have to.
And I'm going to say something crazy, because I was talking to Armando about it. Like, we were very on and off, and it was to the point where I was like, I'm never texting this guy again. Obviously, my friends, my family, they're like, what happened to the Saga player? I was like, it's too on and off. Like, I'm never going to text him again. If he texts me, I'm not going to answer him. Like, it's a lot. Like, it's going on for like 2 years now. Like, that's crazy. So, it wasn't until I said I went on that interview, I had to text him first. But, like, if it wasn't for that, you know, like, he needed that, you know. So with Armando, I believe, obviously we're spiritual, I was having dreams of him, like, here and there, like, very vivid. Before I even, like, met him, it was all like, I met him through his sister, so I really only had a Snapchat and an Instagram, whatever. It was very vivid. And I woke up, I was like, I was like, God, why do you keep showing me Armando? And I had a very vivid dream of, he was like at the end of a table and I was on the other end. He was talking to people. And I remember just looking at him and I was like, oh my God, like, he's so cute. And his eyes are so light. Like, I thought his eyes were like mine, like, they're light.
Yeah.
Weird. Like, again, I never met him in person. And now, like, he has very light eyes. Like, he has hazel eyes. It's just weird because I never met him before. And I used to wake up like basically it was my own gut and God telling me, like, he needs that green light from you. I even told God, like, I was like, when he was in Italy, I was like, if he is not meant for me, because it got very hard at one point, obviously. It was so hard, especially because that was like the first year, and it's like, I always have a fear of looking stupid because of my past. And, like, I would be humiliated if, you know, obviously I was with his family all the time, whatever. So I was always like, God, like, if it's not meant to be, please let's stop it now. Like, while, you know, we're not even into it yet, really. And he still stayed. I went to Italy, and it's like, whatever. I just have faith. That's what I was saying, like, at lunch. I was like, a lot of people don't have faith. A lot of people don't believe, like, their soulmate is out there. Like, to them, that's a fairy tale and it's a joke. But, like, me and you, like, we have that mindset. But
I'm still waiting, but I know it's coming.
But, you know, like, that's how I was. And because I knew that vibe was there. We came from good families together. Like, you know, but it just wasn't. He was scared. He was scared because of his past. Whatever.
You have to both be ready. We talked about soulmates and twin flames. Like, we believe it. Like, you know your soulmate. You have multiple soulmates, and you know your twin flame, whether you end up with them or not, whichever one. Yeah. But you both have to be ready before you can come together. So even if you don't, you might not even know your soulmate, or you might not know, you know, yet. But you'll know when you meet them that that's them. Like, you just feel it. Do women like a sensitive guy?
Okay, there's two types of sensitive in my eyes. Sensitive meaning like insecure, controlling, like sensitive, like emotional, like jealous, you know, like that kind. And then there's the emotional kind,
like willing to talk about their feelings and
but
stuff.
I feel like guys don't, like, they won't cry, they just act out in anger.
That, I think that's what they're saying, like a guy who doesn't act out in anger, like someone who actually, like, to me, like Chris is, I think, a sensitive guy. Like, he'll actually say, this is how I'm feeling, you know. Like, he talked about
that's how Armando was then.
Yeah, like, guys he said, like, girls say, like, oh, I want a sensitive guy, and then the second they're vulnerable, it's like, goodbye. Like, you know what I mean? For me, I think having vulnerability is important, like being able to speak about your feelings rather than hash them out and like be angry about it. Yes, in that way. But like she said, if you're like too sensitive where it's like, I can't do anything without you being jealous, I feel like that's more jealousy or like controlling. But if you're willing to talk about your feelings and, you know, be open, have open conversation, communication, then I'm
like,
fine
we
with
were just
that.
saying, like, we're sensitive.
I'm sensitive.
I'm sensitive as hell.
I need someone a little less sensitive than me to like, you know what I mean? Like,
no,
if I'm gonna
Armando's
cry,
good with that. Like, he's sensitive, but he like gives me the reassurance because he's sensitive too. But like, you know, I'm a girl.
yeah, like you gotta. I don't know. If I'm like crying, like I don't want you crying with me. So,
no, I
do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I need you to
he's not like that
pick me up or like like give me a little pick me up. You know, like
don't be
motivation.
Like, yeah, you're right. It's terrible. Like, don't tell me.
It depends, but not like too much. But obviously, you should speak up. Don't man up. Speak up. But yeah, I know we're being like the stigma.
Like, don't be too much, but you know.
Yeah, but I'm sure they feel the same. They feel the same way about girls. Like, don't be too much, don't be too little.
Okay, but stop overthinking it because of this.
Yeah, we need to come together.
I'll just say, like, you're saying I want a best friend. What do you want your best friend to be like? Oh, you know, I want them to be funny, but not too funny. I want like the same thing, a relationship. That's it. Like, stop overthinking that it's a girl and a guy. It's just any kind of relationship. You don't want someone too little or too much. You want someone just right.
100%.
That's it. Period. That next question. Like, everyone's overthinking.
Why do women feel the need to go to the bathroom in pairs or as a group? Protection. Literally.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. It's just like a habit.
No, but like, protection though, because if we're at a bar and if you're at a bathroom and you're there for like an hour, I'm concerned.
Oh my God, wait, this happened when we were out at Ulysses the other night. So it was just me and my friends or whatever. And there was one point where we were talking to a group of guys and nobody was bothering us. Those guys walked away. We were alone. These other guys were like being weird, like creepy and like just like,
nope.
Okay, weird and creepy, okay? You know, boys, you're not dumb. Like, if you're not weird and creepy, like, whatever. Because I'm saying I don't want them to think, like, oh, like they're going up to you.
Weird and creepy, like
you get weird, like, older men, okay? Come up to us. And they were there the whole time, but they waited till those other guys walked away. So then we were, like, looking at the other guys. They came back up to us and, like, acted like they were, like, our boyfriend or whatever. And those guys walked away. And they were like, wow. Like, the kid actually said, he was like, I feel so sorry for girls. Like, that's disgusting. Like, you could see when you're alone versus when you're in a group. Or, like, if you're walking in the street alone versus if you're walking next to a guy. You will not be bothered if you're walking next to a guy. I think, like, overall, we just go to the bathroom in pairs. Like, not to, like, because we're scared someone's going to walk up to us in the bathroom. It's more like we don't want to stand in the bar alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, or we're fixing our makeup or we're gossiping about what's going on. Like, I don't know. It's just funny.
Yeah, like, you can't leave a girl
now, obviously,
alone.
guys, what are you going to do? You're going to, you got you're whatever you call it. You're going to whip out your thing in front of everybody? No.
The line goes also much faster for a guy.
100%.
But it's really just the fact of girls just not wanting to be alone in the bar. So.
Yeah. Do women have girl group chats like men do? Yeah.
If we make it on an occasion, I'm not like consistent.
Yeah, not like every day. I feel like guys have ones that like they talk in constantly.
But I'll be honest. I wish like we had like a PlayStation or Xbox like that everyone could go on and just talk to each other and like play
all day.
Like we don't have that.
No, that's true. Not really. Do girls like their DMs getting slid into if you were single? Again, to an extent.
Obviously.
I think it's nice, like, if you're complimenting them or whatever, but if it's, like, consistently going nowhere and it's just, like, random, you know, like, oh, heart this, heart that, or what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, make it worth something.
Like, slide up something funny. I don't know. If I'm posting pictures of food, like, be like, oh,
wow,
that looks
looks
good.
so good. Like, yeah. I don't know. We don't mind it.
Yeah, exactly. Make conversation, that's all.
Does a man's job change how attractive or unattractive he is? I don't think so.
No.
Not at all. I think if you're working hard to, like, let's say you're stuck at, you know, let's say you work at McDonald's, right? And we're 23 and you're working to get a new job, like, that shows that you're trying to be better or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just like, whatever it is, what it is, then.
But if like you're working your way up to be a McDonald's manager, no.
Even though they make pretty good money, I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty good chicken nuggets, so maybe we could make a deal. But
no. Besides that, like, no. Really.
If you're hardworking, like, I know a lot of people do like pizza delivery on the down low just for the extra cash. Like, you know, as long like if you're working towards another goal and you have that job, like I totally respect it. But again, like we just really want a good guy with a nice heart, and that's all. Like I said that last episode. Like, unless you're a gold diggers, if we had someone, you know, like that on the podcast, they'd have whole, like, all different answers. But me and Christina are pretty good girls. Yeah. You know, like, we're pretty good.
That's what I also said to the guys, because they were, like, answering each other in the group chat when they were asking these questions. And I was like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but I think you're just looking at the wrong girls. Like, there are girls out there who act like that. Same with us. Like, there's guys out there who are assholes, even though they're, you know, funny sometimes. Like,
it's true.
It depends. You know what I'm saying? So, again.
These are our responses. Like, a gold digger would be like, oh, my God, what am I going to...
Yeah, I just want someone with money. I want someone to pay for this. I want, you know, like, but that's not really... Obviously, we want you to be successful, but we're going to be that way, too. Like, I'm not, like... I don't want to be dependent on a man. I don't think you do either. Like, we want to be either equal or we'll be the fucking breadwinners, honestly.
I really think so.
Like, seriously. But like, I like working. You like working.
You're talking to us. Like, we own, like, we're our own boss. Like, it's different.
And doing a million other things. Yeah, we're different.
But again, we have good hearts. Like, we're not saying that. But, like, I think we intimidate men.
Maybe. I don't know. Is that why I'm single?
Maybe.
No.
It's true.
No.
Whatever.
Yeah, like, do girls care about money? Like, it's not the main focus. Like, I'm not gonna not date you because you aren't making $100K. Like, I feel like that's so unrealistic.
I know.
It's so obviously you want to have, like, a good, successful life together, you know, bring up a family and stuff, and that costs money. So if you're willing to work towards that in any way, then yes. And if you're not, like, wasting it on, like, stupid things, like...
Exactly. We just don't want a bum, and we want someone that could actually spend their money the right way.
Exactly.
You know?
You don't need to spend it all on me. Like, I'm not like that either. We're not materialistic. Even if I know you're struggling, like, we don't need to go out to dinner all the time. Like, we could make up for it, you know, as long as you're just working towards that. And
exactly. Everything she said.
You know. He's a 10, but he smells like BO.
I mean, COVID times when I couldn't have my smell.
Then you wouldn't know the difference.
Now it's
but I would know, and I would tell you because I have such a high sense of smell. It's bad.
That's really embarrassing. Like, if you smell like BO. Like, at this age, like, put on deodorant. And if it doesn't work, keep it in your bag so you can always put it on.
I have such a bad, like, sense of smell.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to do it. So I'd say... a 2. He's a 2.
I don't think I could do it. Because you have to be all over that person, cuddling with the stench.
No. Does girl math really exist?
Yep.
Here we go. Cash, free.
Cash is free, guys.
I mean money.
Okay, so basically, with cash, it was never ours in the first place. Mm-hmm. It never came out of our account. It was never in our account. It was just cash. Unless you obviously went to the bank and took it out, but before that, whatever. It's just being passed around. So, like, if you happen to have cash on you, that's great. Like, you could use that to buy things. But, like, it's not a transaction. The government does not know where you were, how much it was. You're not getting taxed, okay? And it's free. It's not coming out of your bank account. Your bank account stays exactly the same. Mm-hmm. Another thing is Venmo. I get that money up. When that money's up, I use that for, like, my Shein orders, Amazon, whatever it is. Because it's free. It's accumulated.
Because it's free.
It's accumulated money. Okay.
Oh my God.
For example, the Sebastian Maniscalco tickets, I waited until I reached, like, over, like, 700, and I was like I waited. It all accumulated. I was like, okay, now I could buy the tickets, like, because it was free. Okay.
The guys right now are probably like,
what you said, a return
free
is free.
Oh no, making money. You're returning. You're getting money back. That's
because that was money. So long ago that at this point it's like. Wow. It's store credit.
Or, like, it says, oh, if you spend $90 more, you get a $10 gift card. Like, you made $10.
Exactly.
Even though you spent 200. So really you made 190. I mean, really you know.
Yeah. Exactly. What else? This isn't really finances, but like when we're on our period and calories don't count. Like today I ate so much. I had 2 pieces of cake, a cup of trail mix. I went to Sophia's. It's Gatorade. It doesn't matter. Like it's okay. Like it's okay.
The way you're saying it, I'm dying.
You know.
No,
what else is there that's girl math?
I don't know. Like coins don't equal dollars. Like if I give you like 4 quarters, that's not really $1. It's just fake money.
I was with this guy that, like, whenever he got change, he threw it in the garbage. Like he literally just like chucked it out.
I literally
like,
used to do that. I swear to God. If I like clean out my room and I find change, like I just throw it out, and my parents get so mad. I used to do it. I don't do it no more because I get in trouble. But like, what am I doing? Anytime I have change, I put it in the tip jar because I'm like, it's just annoying. Like I don't want to hold it.
I know. And then we used to be that family that we would go to the bank with our big jar.
You can't do that anymore. You gotta roll it. How inconvenient.
Everything, they make everything miserable. I swear.
So difficult.
They go out of their way to make it miserable, and I gotta roll my money.
Literally.
My coins. I gotta sit there. I'm not doing that. I'd make a lot of money off that as a kid with my crayon. You know the big crayon in the room? I had a pink one.
Oh my God. Do girls like a man that's athletic? Again, I feel like this is a preference thing. I think both of us do. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. I grew up
very
athletic.
Any guy I've ever liked is an athlete, so really.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Always. I think because I grew up around like all athletes. Like I played flag football, basketball. I was playing sports all year round. And it's more of, again, we're at this age. Like, you don't have to be in the gym or play a sport at this age that we're at. But, like, I want to have kids. Hopefully
Sunday
some of them are
football.
boys. I want you to be able to go out and maybe throw a football with them, a baseball. I don't,
maybe
kick a soccer ball.
I was going to say maybe a soccer ball.
You know?
I was going to say, so your boyfriend was a professional soccer player. But again, I think that's a preference thing. Like, we're just 2 girls sitting here for that question. Like, where I know I have a friend that which probably more prefer like a nerdy guy who like likes to read and like go, you know, like it just depends on the girl.
Again, at this age it doesn't matter, but I just picture just, you know, if my son wants to go outside and play something, I want you to be able to go out and play with him.
Aw, cute.
That's it. I want you to do that. And if you can't, you gotta go. Like, hello.
We kind of answered this, but do girls like a man who's work driven? Yes, for us at least. I mean, I'm sure every girl likes that. Yeah. Do girls like a man that hustles for money? Same question. Yes.
Yes.
Would you move in with your significant other if they were serious? I guess like before marriage. Like, would you want to move in before you're married?
Yeah, I think
we say this all the time. Like, you don't know the person until you're living with them. Like, how do you know you're going to marry someone?
Yeah, Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber did this. Like, they got all backlash, I know, for moving in together before marriage. But she said, I wanted to see how it would be like. Like,
it's so different. You need to know because your routines are different. Your schedules might even be, like, different if they work, like, overnights or, like, you do. You know, it's different. The way that you sleep, you know, even though you're on vacation with them, it doesn't matter. You get into a routine. The way you wake up, your breath stink. Can you handle it? Can you handle the way that they leave their toothpaste, like, remnants?
Dishes and, like, yeah, I guess. Like, if they're messy, like, a lot of, like...
You don't know until you live with them.
Exactly. Like, in college, I know a lot of people that had messy roommates. That was, like, a nightmare. Like, I used to walk in and I used to be like, oh, nightmare.
100%.
So, it's like your roommate. It has to be your friend. You guys have to balance each other out. And that's it. But moving in before, I support it. Because what if, like, you get married, do that whole thing, and then you move in together, and, like, you're like, oh, my God, that guy's a pig.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like it's just important because you don't know someone really until you live with them.
Yeah.
How many days a week do girls want to actually see their mans? Like, do you want to see them every single day? Again, I think that's a preference thing because I know girls that want to see their boyfriend every single day. I don't think either of us are like that.
So
obviously you want to deep down, but you know that it's not like Good.
So when you're with someone every day, like that's when you get comfortable and you stop putting in the effort. You don't want to dress up to go out. You know, the excitement, you start to lose the excitement. So, like, okay, me and Armando, like, I have attachment issues. I swear. I think, like, because he left to go to Italy, I'm, like, so attached to him. But, like, I'm able, like, I think it's nice that we have, like, you know, like 3 days not seeing each other.
To.
And then everything else, like, I'll see him. Obviously, it's not, like, for long. Whatever it is, we'll go get Starbucks, go to Target, TJ, because he's always on the go, too. He does a lot for work. Like, he's always running around. But, like, you know, I needed like a day or 2 or 3 for myself, you know.
Day or 2 or 3.
You know, like if that makes sense, like a bum day or just like with your friends, or you know maybe if it's like hair wash day and like you just don't want to put on makeup, like you don't want to look presentable all the time.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think distance makes the heart grow fonder. I'm sure Rosie can. Oh my God, I literally just saw something fly. I swear to God.
See, because it's true. Stop, you're gonna freak me out.
Like I saw like a bird.
Are you okay?
No, you'll see my face.
No, I want to edit a bird flying.
I literally like saw something fly past my face. I swear.
That's weird.
Am I having a stroke?
I had one time I was in class.
You said I had a stroke.
One time I was in class and I look like to the side of me, I just see all smoke. Like it was just like a cloud.
Oh, that was a fuzz. I just saw that.
I just saw a cloud of smoke and I was like, and I looked around and I looked up, it's a spiritual thing.
I literally saw a bird fly past me, so.
Like white smoke, like a cloud. Like no one else saw it. It was like an angelic cloud.
Angelic?
Weird. Angelic skin cloud.
Okay, so yeah. Is not talking every day okay? Like not talking to someone you're serious is like attention all the time. Okay, we kind of answered like having space from them. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but if you're dating them, like, hello, text me all the time.
Yeah, obviously.
Keep in touch with me.
How long do girls like to wait before being asked out on a date? Again, I feel like that's a vibe thing.
It's a timing thing. A divine timing thing.
But I would like, what's like too long where you're like, no, I'm not waiting anymore.
I don't know. It could go a long time. It really depends.
It depends. I feel like if you're consistently talking to a girl every day and it takes you like weeks to ask them out on a date, like I'm not
if
waiting.
it's a consistent
texting, yeah. But
again, I don't think there's right or wrong in this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think there's anything wrong with like if you're not really talking like that, but you're like, hey, like let's grab dinner one day. Like I'd love to just catch up or like take you out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's nice.
Like Armando, like our first date ever. Like he didn't even know. He was like, let's just go get cookies in the city.
Like
he
just
picked
random.
me up.
That's cute.
And honestly, I was pissed because I was like, not a nice dinner. Like what's going on?
Yeah, but that's like, I don't know.
But now that I'm sitting here and I'm like talking about all this, that's a good thing to do.
At least he had some
But he
balls.
ghosted me after that, so.
At least he had some balls.
I scared him. I thought he didn't like me, whatever. But I ended up scaring him. But that just wasn't fun.
Why? I want to know why guys get so scared of that. Like
because I wouldn't have, I don't know. Who knows? They wait until like you're fully like, oh, okay, like, you know, law of detachment, like detached from them to come back full swing. It's an energy thing. But now we're happily in love.
Wow.
Yeah.
And last question. Do you feel like you need to live at a certain expectation as a girl? Obviously.
No. Hold on. Okay, guys, we just got cut off. What was the name of that song that just came on?
By Taylor Swift.
That just came on randomly. Like, that was so weird.
That was so weird. I hope that like translated. Like, I hope we could see that happen on the camera because that was scary. I don't even know what I said. Oh, that girls live to an expectation? Yes, I think.
Well, that's what the song was kind of saying.
I know, right?
Yes.
I had to...
No, because it was so weird. We have obviously the microphones connected to the computer, and then everything just stopped and the song started playing. Like, no one was touching it.
No, that was really scary. And the playlist I was from was called Please Don't Be in Love with Somebody Else.
Wow, what the hell? Energy is just weird.
Yeah.
That was scary.
That was really scary. But anyways, hopefully the rest of this is fine. But I'd say girls, obviously, we talk about this like in every separate episode. There's always something. Like, we're expected to look a certain way, act a certain way, you know, stuff like that. I feel like, I don't know. Like, we put on makeup, we do our hair. Like, we always have to look presentable, or at least we think we do. Our bodies to look a certain way.
Lips, big lips.
Yeah,
like,
big lips.
boobs,
have
butt.
you know, also have money, have a good job, be willing to be a mother. You know, all this stuff. It's like the Barbie movie.
Cook, clean.
Yeah, like the women are expected. I love that speech that she did. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, like go look up. I think her name is America, the actress, but her speech in Barbie, it's like being a woman is so hard. Like there's so many expectations for us. We can't be too emotional, and then we can't be too this. We can't, you know, or then we're a bitch, or then we're that. Like there's just so many things. But I know that you guys also relate, like boys. So it's just a freaking hard life. But like Rosie said, if we just all communicated and acted on what we wanted, everything would be fine.
Like that's it. Communication is key.
So thank you to Chris, Mike, and Nick for sending in those questions. That was fun. We have to do an episode with them. I think like going back and forth would be so funny.
I know.
Like to actually hear them respond to what we just said, because even when they did their episode, I kept quiet. I didn't say a word, even though there were certain things I wanted to like jump in on. Like that wasn't.
We have to get a couch in here.
Yeah, 100%. But that is it for this week's episode. If you like our merch, go use code podcast. Again, I said this last time, we do have something special coming soon, so keep a lookout for that.
Yep.
We hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to stay real, stay authentic, and stay valid.